Yo, man. So we here on All in All with Alex podcast. I'm your host, of course, Alex. You know what I'm saying? We got another episode dealing with mental health. Right now, we got a very special guest. And I'm just gonna let him introduce himself, you know what I'm saying? So guess who you be.
What's good? Y'all know Ryan Graves, Mr. Crazy himself. With my brother out here. Want to talk on this mental health and share a little bit that I deal with personally myself.
Okay, so I guess for anybody out there watching, I always like to let people know, like, hey, the reason that I'm doing these mental health episodes is because there's somebody out there right now that's struggling with mental health, and everybody needs some kind of motivation to get through it, right? So a lot of times, if they see somebody else's story and see what somebody else been through, they may look at it like, dang, mine ain't so bad compared to what this person went through. And if they got through it, I can get through this. Or they can just say, okay, they kind of went through the same thing as me. Now I see how they got through it. Let me try that now. And then now maybe I'm able to get through. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of strictly do it for motivational purposes to motivate people to say, hey, look, life could always be worse. You know what I'm saying?
Very much can. And that motivation is very crucial too. Outside of myself, I got a partner. I ain't been able to get in touch with him for about a week. And then he messaged me back this morning and says, bro, I'm sorry. I just been going through a lot. And he kind of enlightened a little bit on his situation, what he was dealing with. And he was talking about DHR and going through custody battles. And it was just weighing on his mental. And I'm like, I had to stop. I felt in a slump myself. But at the same time, when he started telling me his, I was like, bro, you got your kid every day, though. So something could be worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I was dealing with wasn't the pressure what he was dealing with.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people fail to realize. Like, you may be going through something, you feel like the world is falling, but there's somebody always out there got it worse. You know what I'm saying? So like, even when I deal with stuff, I know somebody always got it worse. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna change the fact about what I feel when I'm going through it, but it lets me know, like, okay, it ain't as bad as I ultimately think it is, because it can always be worse than that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I have to learn to control too, what you said, of what you feel and everything. Sometimes that right there can cause the whole thing, because you get hung up on how the feeling of what you're at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get stuck right there, and you don't take that time to think that, hey, bro, just hold on, calm down. It can be better. It could be worse. It could be better. But
yeah, I mean,
take a second.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true. And then not only that, you got to realize, like, it's not going to be bad forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be times, there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times.
For someone as me, who I have been diagnosed in 2 mental wards, one in Raleigh, Missouri, and of course up here in Alabaster at Shelby Baptist, I was diagnosed schizophrenia in both of them.
Yeah.
I will say that I also feel like drugs had a heavy part of that in my life too, like triggered the schizo more, because let's be honest, since I've been off drugs, I ain't had no more episodes. I ain't had to go back to the mental ward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those stuff like that, someone like me, man, it's so easy to get trapped in a stage. Like, you don't have time to think about it could be better. You don't have time, all this. You're just caught in that moment. You don't want to feel nothing no different. The schizo kicks. And what's crazy about my schizo is, bro, is like, at 1 minute, I'll be up, happy as hell, you know what I mean? Just running around, excited. And then literally 2 seconds later, I could be back down sad crying, want to kill myself. I'm in a dark room.
Yeah.
I'm in there talking to my dog in the cage, like, bro, what we gonna do?
Yeah.
And that's what I deal with every day, like.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of it. Like, we all go through certain things, and we all deal with certain things a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's rough for everybody. So what I kind of want to, you kind of led into a couple things as far as things that you've dealt with,
Yes,
and things like that. So I want to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Like, what I try to ask people is, where do you feel like? Okay, so first of all, let's clarify it like this, right? So you've dealt with mental health issues, right? So first, name all the different mental health issues that you dealt with, whether it be, I know you mentioned the schizophrenia. Some people go through depression, things like that. So what all stages of mental health issues have you dealt with? And then once you answer that, then I got another question for you.
Yes, sir. Well, the thing about schizophrenia is people don't know that to make up the combination of what schizophrenia is, it is being manic, and it's also being paranoid. It's you got so many different things. Like mine isn't a schizophrenia. Like, oh, I hear these voices. They tell me to go hurt somebody or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not. There's 6 stages of schizophrenia. There's different levels of it, and mine comes from. I'm not like paranoid. Like, oh, somebody's out to get me all the time. Somebody's gonna hurt me. That's not.
Yeah.
My schizophrenia is a dependency, and what that means is I'm scared to be alone. Like that's why I got 3 dogs at the house. That's why I get my son 7 days a week because I'm scared to be alone. When my son go home, I mean, like even though it's a dog, that dog give me a connection and it gives me a comfort, and I'm not alone. Like that's why I was saying, like I can be. It come with the manic. It come with depression. It come with. It come with the fear of. The like losing folks. Like I don't know if I was supposed to go in depth like this, and this is probably a conversation for another topic or another area behind closed doors or something. But I'm just gonna say, like, for instance, everybody about to know by now that I'm not a member of YG no more. And I'm not going to go down and talk about that. That's our own stuff. But, like, with that come with how I handled it. Bro, I was on that phone calling you, bro, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what I got to do? Let me get my spot. All that. It was the fear, you know what I'm saying? It was the fear of losing what I had built or established as a family, in my head. And that's why I told you. That's why I kept saying, I was like, I feel like you're taking something away from me, you know what I mean? I feel like you take what I wanted the most, I wanted this. It was the fear, and I wasn't seeing, which we got past that, and I started doing my own thing with Graceland, and it took me, but I didn't want to move past that hurt at the moment, you know what I mean? I wanted to stay wrapped up. That's why I was talking about a minute ago. We get hung up on them feelings. We don't see what's on the other side at that moment. Me dealing with what I am, my dependency, I was dependent on you as a friend in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was dependent. The same thing with my old partner that I had the issue with. I button heads. You know what I'm saying? I really love dude. I still got love for the dude. Yeah. I seen dude today in town, and I swear I was trying to follow up behind him, but he was gone in that little mug, that little car. But I was really gonna catch up with him and be like, bro, I'm sorry. I do miss you, but some things were going wrong in my head and how you were portraying in the thing. My head wasn't seeing it because I got the mental issue. I got the mental block.
Yeah.
All I saw was my head told me he playing you. He treating you like a little bitch. I don't know if I can cuss like that, but he playing. That's what my head was starting to tell me.
We try to keep the cussing to a minimum.
I'm sorry. I will keep it to a very minimum. But that's what my head was saying. You know what I'm saying? And I handled the situation very wrongly. I've handled a lot of situations wrong. And it's not that I don't want to handle them right. I be sitting there, bro. I was explaining to my boss the other day, sitting down with him, we was talking, and I was like, bro, do you know how messed up a person is when you're in the middle of praying to God and you tell him, like in the middle of praying, you stop and you be like, man, I'm this messed up. This is what I think of myself as I'm talking to you. This is what I think. What do you think of me for real? And then that led me to start like, bro, there's the mental shit the mental crap that I play with all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's the schizo, it's the fear, I wish that I knew that I think there's more to me than just schizo. I probably do need to seek a little bit of professional help in a sense.
I mean, everybody, and this is one way that I like to look at it, a lot of people don't think about is everybody needs somebody. Regardless of any aspect in life that you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Whether it be Somebody needs somebody to be in a relationship with. Somebody needs somebody to get advice from. Somebody needs somebody to do something from. You really can't do anything in life by yourself all the time.
You cannot.
You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I always realize, like, and a lot of people may not get it, but then some people do. But then you got some people that just want to be, they're trying to push so hard to be independent that they might lose themselves. I know I'm going a little bit off track, but
No, I get what you're saying. Like, because it comes with it. Like, you build this block in your head that you want to be so strong on your own. It really hinders you from a lot of other stuff. Like,
and not only that, us being men, we taught that you can't show no emotion.
exactly.
Like, you gotta be tough. You can't be down. You can't be feeling no certain type of way. You can't be depressed. You can't be this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man.
Like,
and I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
brother,
you good.
but, like,
Go ahead.
And
This episode about you anyway, so we.
And I don't want to take nothing away from no other person, no other artist in our area, nothing like that. But for real, brother, I'm one of the most transparent artists that you'll see come through this area. Like, I share my lows with these people. You know what I mean? I show my vulnerability to these folks. I give them my mistakes, my flaws, my mess ups, more than I give them my highs.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, if all I'm showing you is my highs, my wins, you never see a loss at all. What am I doing anything in life at all then?
Well, also,
Like,
it
just go back to that vulnerability thing. Like, I'm not too tough to show you that I mess up.
but see, that's the thing though. Like, regardless whether it's a high or a low, everybody don't need to know about it.
True.
Because,
not all things.
Because
not all
people, you'd be surprised how many people and what that person, what you would normally feel about that person, they may be preying on your downfall. You know what I'm saying? I done had people that I call brothers behind my back preying on my downfall, or behind my back, you know what I'm saying, talking to that particular significant other I had, or you know what I'm saying, things like that. So you'll be surprised what people are really thinking. So that's why you have to kind of like, that's why me personally, I pick and choose what I want people to know. Because you have to read a person, you have to know a person, you have to know how the world portrays things. So like, for example, if I post something or whatever, I might be posting it just because I thought about something from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It may not even relate to nothing right now, but boom, I just posted. Or
See, I think that come with another thing with that thing up here, ticking in the head. Like, I wish I had the ability to just shut my mouth and not express how I have to feel. Like, I know, bro, I ain't 90% of the stuff that I say or do is gonna be talked badly about, negative about, or laughed at. And I even said that before I came on here. That's another thing, cause I was the mental thing, bro. Like, I was getting caught up in what these folks was thinking of me.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes, like, bro, I was literally sitting on the couch a minute ago, waiting for the time to come meet you here or whatever. I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I'm noticing this one certain cat, how he here lately he been extra on these posts, and it's a certain amount of attention. It's the attention thing, and I was like, I'm not excluded from that myself because I crave it too. But why am I sitting here worried about what these people think of me? Like, the social media literally affects the way I carry out my life, because it feels like I'm stuck trying to please these folks. My head says please them. Stay stuck in a trap. Do what they want. You got to be this person. You got to say this. You got to say that. They like that crazy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like, what you're saying, that it makes me think back to what you said about your schizophrenia, right?
Yes, sir.
Where you feel like you're dependent on somebody.
Yes.
So
you just pointed out, I saw that too, right when you said it.
So when you feel like you having to please them, that goes back to the thing about depending on somebody. Like, you're looking for approval from it's almost like you're looking for approval from, you know, a certain, not necessarily a certain crowd, but you want somebody to approve.
Yeah,
you know
almost
what I'm
like
saying? You get what I'm saying?
I'm trying to make out with your microphone over here. You're right though. It's like I just gotta have that pat on the back.
Yeah, I mean,
Good job. That's it. That's basically it. You know what I mean? It don't matter if it's just one person. Don't matter if it's 15. Just give me one job. Good job. You know what I mean? But why do I have to have that? That dependency, like you said, and that crazy. Who would have thought coming to the podcast with Mr. Al over here that we was going to actually discover something about ourselves, like Dr. Phil over here?
well, I want to make this platform to where anybody can come to it and, you know, talk about how they feel, what they've been through, because everybody should. I mean, the country says freedom of speech, right?
Yes, sir.
So I want to help utilize that. I want people to come on here, say what you got to say. We're going to put it out to the world. We're going to put it in places where people who never even knew who you are, they now see you and hear your story.
Can I ask you? I don't mean to
Go ahead.
stop it.
Go ahead.
Just want to ask you something.
Talk to
this
me.
is another thing too. We want to bring about the social media. I heard this in the conversation, and then I had to pause the conversation. I was watching the podcast, and I had to pause it because it literally struck so much thought when I heard it. I ain't even finished wanting to hear the rest of the conversation. You got me right here. I need to go reflect myself right now. You ever been trapped in a position mentally where you're stuck comparing on social media? And I ain't talking about like with the, oh, you see bro got the new car, or bro got the new J's, or bro got a new house, or not that kind of, bro's going on a trip over here. I ain't talking about that kind of comparison. I'm talking about the shit like, say, we're going to keep it simple since we both artists, okay? Say Brody, one of our Brodies drop a song. He posted on his Facebook, everything. All these people react to it. They share it and they support it. The same people that they say mess with you, you go 1 week later, drop your song, do the same thing. Nothing. Then you start, and then leave like, well, what going on, you know? Or for instance, dude come out with a T-shirt, you come out with one close to it. He put out they show all the support. You do it, there's no support. You always stuck comparing like, well, why they don't fool with me like they fool with that? Why is it like this? Why is it like that? Why?
Well, see, part of that, my answer would be to that is that there's several ways you got to look at it, right? So since we're gonna do it with me and you since we sitting right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's say you put out yours and I put out mine, right? I get 500 people support, you get 50 people to support. Okay, there are several factors that go into that. For one, we're promoting on social media, so not everybody sees every post that you make. Mm-hmm. So your impressions and all that stuff are hidden. Your first couple reactions to that post determine if your post is going to be hidden or if it's going to be promoted to other people. Mm-hmm. So if whenever you post within 5 minutes, you already got 5 to 10 likes, it's going to make more people that's friends with you see that post. If within 5 or 10 minutes you have no likes, it's going to get more hits.
But let's just go a little bit.
But hold on, let me finish. All right, so that's one thing, okay? All right, another thing is people, I'm going to take me for example. So if I'm promoting something, I have 300 or 400 people's emails, right? So if I send them something that links to my Facebook post or to my, IG post or my website or whatever, I'm emailing it to them. So it's directly in their inbox. So 100% of the time, they're going to get it. Regardless if they open it or not.
Yes, sir.
They're going to get it. So that's why email list is a lot bigger. But I'm just comparing, like I said, I'm just going me and you right now.
Let's put it into a different perspective. Maybe the music thing wasn't a good analogy because it does go into a whole different area of like fan base too. More people follow.
Yeah,
so maybe that was not a good comparison. For instance, let's just say this, like.
So you saying like why does one person have?
Say you go on Facebook right now. You type in what's on your mind. It's in there. You type in thank God today. 5 minutes later, I go do the same thing. Your post, or they put the praying emojis, all this. They comment, give you all kind of support on this. Same post now, same amount of people watching, same people that fool you fool me. They'll ignore it.
But this the thing though, you can't really say they ignore it because there's no guarantee they seen it.
But the mind, that's what we're going back to. That's what the mind is stuck in.
Yeah.
Why they ain't fooling? Why they fool hit? That's where it's. That's what I'm saying. That the mind say. That's what I'm telling you. You know, it is stuck in a comparison. Why they fooling him? Why they don't fool me like that? Why they doing me like this? But it made me feel. Remember when I come up to you on a private phone call, and I said, "Bro, I feel like some blackball type issues going on around here, like with certain people, like something ain't right, like." Is it ain't something ain't right, or is it just my head telling me, like my schizo kicking is like it's telling me?
Well, you know,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's like people. For example, we're gonna go back to that post, right? So you may post something, but people may have, for example, like I said, we're gonna use me and you, right?
Yes.
So you may post something, and they're like, they might not even see it, or if they do see it, maybe they don't react, right? Okay. If I post something, they may be waiting on me to post something because they like, for example, like I used to always post funny stuff, right? So for a while, people was like, "Hey man, you don't really post nothing funny on Facebook no more, or whatever." Because I used to be daily. You feel me? So once you get to that point that you're posting stuff that people want to see, now they're looking for you. They want to every time they log into Facebook, they go into your page, see if you're looking for something. See, so it's kind of the same thing as the music because now you're building a fan base for whatever you post, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you this to like, hey, just realize that so that way you don't have to worry about, thinking the way that you think because it's a lot of factors that go into it. You know what I mean? Now it's a difference. Let's just say those same people that say they fool with both of us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? What you were thinking.
Yes, sir.
Let's say we were all in the same room. Now it's different because now I know y'all hear me because we're all in the same room. I know y'all seeing me because we're in the same room. Versus social media is completely different. You don't know when your post is being hidden or not. Especially how many times you done been in Facebook jail. Mark gonna hide your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
man, I've been said though, man, social media design it's a trap. It's designed to keep people depressed and oppressed. Like it's not nothing good for real. I mean, it's just we sit on there and we make ourselves depressed sitting on there, seeing all this other stuff that people have and do, and because we're not in a position in our own lives, we sit there and dwell on that. We look at it and we like, man, I just, Lord, let me please. I'll go to church this Sunday if you just let me have this vacation. Let me go on that beach trip. You know, that we about do anything just to have it. It's just designed to keep us wishing. And
you talking about the schizo, right?
No, I'm talking about social media.
Oh, social media.
Social media keep this design. Hey, I'm telling you, social media is a mental game too. You don't think everything's mental for real, bro?
But it's also it also depends on how you use it because, like, okay, I used to get on social media to just my main thing to go on social media is 1, go in there and see if I can get some laughs in. 2, promote my business or whatever I got going on. So I do the credit repair, I got the podcast, I do the music, you know what I'm saying? Do the label, all that, studio time, all that. So right now I'm at a point in life where those are the only things social media is for me for is get a laugh or 2, promote my business. That's it. Maybe see some family, that lives in Ohio or whatever.
Where do you go for real time then?
For real time?
Outside of laughs, outside of music or anything, when you want to vent and have that real moment to let out,
I mean,
what's ticking up here?
What's that door right there?
Yeah, but sometimes
I go to the booth and let it out, or this is let me tell you right now. This is my time where I really emotionally just let it out. Is on my way home from work. I got an hour drive, right? So that gives me time to really decompress. And then when I get home and I sit in the car, I sit in the car. I sit in the car and just relax, because at the end of the day, you know, my family don't deserve how I'm feeling to come into the house.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? So
I agree with that.
I keep home separated from work and work separated from home.
Smart man knowing how to really watch and check your
because this is the thing, like, just because my day was horrible don't mean I should take it out on somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not their fault that my day is horrible. You know what I mean? And so I'm big on, hey, if you do things, if you react to stuff via emotions, the outcome is not gonna go the way you want it to go. Versus
See, I'm an emotional type dude.
But see, and this is why I go with that, right? So if you react off everything off of emotion, everything is not really gonna go the way you want it. But if you calm down, relax, think about the situation, and then react, I guarantee you, 99.9999999% of the time, it'll be a lot better than you originally thought it would have been.
Probably so, but man, it's just again.
Oh, I ain't saying it's easy.
It's
Trust me. Don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted. I ain't saying it's easy.
I'm trying to be in agreement with you, but man, at the same time, I'm like, man, I don't know. Someone like me though, I'm emotional, man. I'm passionate about everything that I feel, and that might be a little bit too much of a problem. Like, I feel too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
like I feel everything,
but see, you got to think about it. So, I don't want us to go too much off topic, so I'm going to say this and then we kind of revert back to some stuff.
You know, okay, yeah.
So, we're humans. We were made with tear ducts for a reason, right?
See,
we were made with a brain for a reason, right? Our brain has a certain part of it that's just emotional, just feeds off emotion, right?
Yeah.
So, it's normal for somebody to show their emotion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody shows theirs a little bit different. Some people suppress theirs. Some people are blatantly loud with theirs. Some people are just like, hey, I'm going to pull you to the side. I'm going to let you know. Like,
mine's aggressive.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different, though, is what I'm saying. So
even in my nice, like my good emotions, they still aggressive. Yeah. You know, it's I guess I got an aggressive style. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, it's okay for your emotions to be aggressive as long as you don't be an aggressive person. To, like, let's just say we talking about a significant other, right? If your emotions are aggressive, that's one thing. But if your emotions are making you become aggressive, that's another thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, from transferring from emotional to physical. That's what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. So because I mean, everybody
just keep it emotional.
Because everybody is gonna have times where they have emotional aggression. See. Everybody is gonna have that because you ever been pissed off?
Every day.
That's emotional aggression.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So
gets me in trouble more than you know.
So I know we kind of went off topic just a little bit. So what I want to do is
I'm gonna bring it back real quick though. I want to go back to the whole focus of what I said was schizophrenia. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the dependency thing. There's another thing come with that social media that is still tying in with the whole conversation. Like my granddaddy told me, bro, I was probably 19 years old when he told me this.
Yeah.
He said, you know one of your biggest problems, grandson? I said, what, granddaddy? He said, you want acceptance. I didn't understand what he meant. Then I started getting in trouble a lot when I was 16, 17.
Uh-huh.
Again, he told me the same thing. Your downfall is acceptance. Still, I ain't figured out what he meant, man. I'm in my 20s. Bro, he had gave me a house, all that stuff. I messed it up because of dope. The man told me again, your downfall is acceptance. And I finally figured out what that man meant, man. When I started learning I was schizophrenic, and I started tracing it down into dependency traits and everything, and the fear of being alone, I damn near do anything to be accepted. I'm one of them cats, Ryan, I bet you won't. It could be the middle of December. We out there at the swimming pool or something. I bet you won't take your clothes off, jump in that pool right now. Bro, we done recorded when this didn't have nothing in it, no insulation. You know how I am about the cold, my little 140-pound self.
Yeah.
I would do that dumb stuff because I think it's going to make you like me better.
Right.
You going, man, Ryan's so cool. I want him on my side. Not realizing Ryan's such a fool. I don't want that man on my side.
Yeah.
You know, but the mental block says do anything they say do because they'll like you. And that's a fight and a trap in itself every day. Like, I learned my worst enemy in life is looking in the mirror and trying to fight that man. My son's grandmother, love her to death, Miss Charlotte. She always tell me, baby, just get out your head. Just get out your head. You get out your head, you're gonna take off. You're gonna excel. You're gonna see life is so much different. My problem is, Al, I can't get out this battle. I can't even throw the white flag up and walk away from the battle. I've tried.
Yeah.
I've a lot of folks don't know, man. I sit over there at the house and I'll sit in my room at night before I go to bed. I'll cry my eyes out, crying to God, like, why can't I just be normal? Why can't I talk normal? Why can't I think like a normal man? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do? That's why people think that I be on drugs and I can't pay my bills or something like that, and that's not the case. My problem is that I'm too messed up here to know how to take care of my. I don't know how to do the bill stuff. I don't know how to do that. Like, my brain don't process that. My brain processes this here. Get somebody to like you for the day so you're not alone. Real talk.
Yeah. So one thing that and just to remind everybody, hey, I'm not no doctor, I'm not no therapist. I did think about becoming a shrink before though, but that's another topic.
Psychology is a beautiful thing.
So the reason I say that is because I'm just gonna ask you, okay, so
Yes, sir.
from what you said, so have you thought about just making some, like, maybe getting like a dry erase board, right, and make yourself some notes on it daily? So, like, for example, putting your budget together, right?
Yes, sir.
We put your budget together. So now, on a daily basis, you got to walk past that budget. So every day when you walk past it, you're like, okay, I got to make sure I do this because this coming up. I got to make sure I do this because this coming up. And it just kind of gets in your head and becomes habit. Once something becomes habit, you know it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And I know I don't mean to cut you off. I know what you're saying. I wish that would work. My stepmama is an accountant, but she got 6 jobs. She accountant at First Assembly Church. She DOT dispatch for a truck company. She accountant for that truck company. Bro, she got like 6 jobs for real. And she tried to do that whole thing, the budget thing. Said this, blah, blah. Same thing you just said. Literally said, almost sounded like her talking to me, bro. Like, I mess it up. Bro, I got a keychain, like a key holder thing by the front door, and it's got a little clipboard on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally put the bills there. Bro, I have to walk past it to go out. I mean, it's 2 inches from my front door. It swings, the wind be blowing it when the door passes it. There's a bright pink letters up there, disconnect notice, for a week and a half. My mind worried about getting a sack of weed that afternoon and having fun with my little boy and sitting on my butt. And it's a problem. Like, this is a conversation I be having with real people every day, like my brother-in-law, my boss, man. I be having a conversation with him like, there's something wrong with me mentally, dude. I'm to a point to where I don't want to do nothing but sit on my ass all day on the couch. As soon as I get home from work, bro, how many times you pass by my house and you see me outside? You have to pass my house every day to come home. How many times you really see me outside? Not many. I be outside sitting on the couch. Why? I got a studio 5 feet from me. Unlimited access to record music. I'd rather sit on the couch and sulk and be sad. I'd rather go watch your YouTube or Six or somebody like that, see what y'all are doing and stuff, versus why the fuck am why am I worried about why am I watching them? Why ain't I doing my stuff? Why am I not up working on me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I'm in a stage like, I know you can see it. you in my life every day, bro. You can see that there's something from when you first met me 2 years ago to where we at now. Almost 3 years, ain't it? Almost
Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
It's not the same Ryan, dude. Like, yeah, I've elevated into music. I gotten smarter with the music business a little bit. Started doing the shows and everything. That's cool. But as Ryan as a person, you've seen me decline. I've lost a few more teeth since you first met me. No, I'm being for real. Like, but that comes with it. Like, that's another thing. Like, that's a huge insecurity for me. You know, I done talked to you about it. Like, that's a major insecurity for me.
But you got to think about it too, though. When I first met you, when we started shooting the videos, that's what you said. You was like, "Hey, try not to show my teeth or whatever in the video." But since then, I've seen you get to a point where you like, you don't give a damn. You embracing it.
Sort of, yes, but that's with like.
So even if you feel a certain way inside, you've embraced it to the public.
Bro, I'm no Casanova. I know I'm no Malibu Ken. I'm not no Channing Tatum, no nothing like that. But I could have me a beautiful woman in my life right now. But the fear of my teeth, of rejection, that fear, we're going back to a fear-based stuff. I can't even talk to a female right now. That's how insecure I am. You've seen this. We've been at shows, and there's been I feel like a beautiful woman that I wanted to speak with, beautiful female rapper I wanted to come up and talk to, and got all the game in the world. Old partner would tell you, Ryan smooth. He might not say it now, but when we was homies, bro, Ryan extra smooth with them ladies. But I can't talk with them, though, because I'm so scared of the rejection of what you see in my teeth. Mm-hmm. That's a fear I live with every day, everywhere I walk. I won't even smile no more. Like, I really do not smile. I grin. Walking in, you know how you greet women, you know, sometimes you just smile at a woman. It ain't no flirting or nothing, but you smile at a woman passing in the doorway or something, or you hold the door or something. I don't even smile at them no more. Like, I'm that, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I just know it ain't the same Ryan, and it's been declining ever since. Look, bro, I'm supposed to be on Risperdal. You know what that's for? Mm-hmm. That's for schizophrenia. Supposed to be on it, but I don't want to take it because, one, I had a recall on the medicine where it had makes men develop breast, like whatever. I guess it's some hormone or something in it. Yeah. So I'm not trying to be a lady from Bangkok, so I'm not doing that.
Oh my gosh.
But
this guy.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on the medicine, but I can't take it because when I took it, you thought I'm weird now. I literally had a lady mess me this morning arguing with me talking about, dude, you so weird. First off, you messed me at 5:40 in the morning. How I'm weird. But you know, she tell me I'm weird, but how I'm handling stuff. Because like we said again, I got hung up on that emotion, that feeling.
Yeah, I mean,
not the same, bro. We kind of went this. I told you, I don't know if this conversation makes sense to these folks. I pray to God it does. I hope you learn something from this, but this real issue, bro. Like, I think my biggest problem, I had a preacher tell me, I thought I was possessed one time. He said, ain't nothing wrong with you. He said, you just crazy, Ryan. He's like,
well, damn. That's just...
Braxton Baker, I say the pastor's name. Here, he's a Chilton County pastor. He told me that. Old man Braxton Baker told me, he's like, ain't nothing wrong with you like that other than you crazy. He's like, you need professional help. My mama tell me she's scared of me. She said, something wrong with you, Ryan. She said, you too aggressive. I'm scared that you'll hurt me.
Okay, so stop right there. All right. So this is what I want to do. This was going to be my next question before we kind of veered off a little bit. Well, I ain't going to necessarily say veered off, but we kind of like went deep or whatever.
Yes, sir.
But my next thing was going to be...
Hey, I came all in now. I'm ready.
My next thing was going to be... and I asked this in my last mental health thing because I feel like it's an important thing for people to hear in life. So where do you feel like your mental health issues started in life?
Ooh.
Like the first instance that you really think that really started to trigger everything.
See, oh, man.
Because that a lot of times pinpointing that
To tell y'all this, Al,
Now you don't have to disclose it if you don't want to, but you know what I'm saying. That's completely up to you. If you don't want to disclose the first one, you can disclose the second one. You know what I'm saying?
to be honest though, to tell you where it started at, bro, it kind of got me almost want to tear up because I know and I don't want. I've come so far with family and everything and being a good person and all that, but like, what my issue started at was at a child. Like when I say child, they started the day I came here. My mother has mental issues like crazy. Hey, you know what lithium is?
Like in a batteries?
No, the medication, bro. Like, lithium is one of the strongest medications, period, for like crazy folks. Don't matter the smallest dose or the maximum. If you prescribed it, you crazy. Like, you real crazy, dog. My mother was adopted, and she was adopted. Her real parents, one was a pillhead and one was alcoholic. They both, the whole family, her on that side in Indiana, mental issues. My grandmother, mental issues. My grandmother committed suicide because of mental issues. I was 17 years old, 2005, February 21st. She killed herself, reading the Bible, clutching onto God's word. My mental issues came to me all my life. There's always been a heavy amount of drug presence in my life. Even on the good side, when I was supposed to be with my dad, who's a drug cop, a high respect community in there, in the community and all that. But there was abuse there that how he dealt with me in certain ways, it triggered more mental stuff. Being physically abused and stuff. You know, my kindergarten teacher, we did a job for her, and she knows my brother-in-law, my boss, really, really well too. Miss Powers, Miss Renee Powers. I don't know if you remember her. She had the black hair. She does this. Her and her husband do a lot with the state senate.
I probably remember if I see it. It's been a while.
Yeah, they big in that politics stuff now. But anyways, she come up to old boss one time while he was on the job. I went downstairs and she said, "Can I ask you a question about Ryan?" He said, "What is it, Miss Powers?" He said, she said, "Do you think he would have been better off as a person if the judge would just left him up there in Missouri with his mom, or do you think it helped him coming here?" Can't get that answer.
Who did she ask that to?
My brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
And that man really know me. Like,
yeah.
if there's anybody that care about me in life, it's that man. Like, and he told her, he said, "I really think that Ryan's just messed up. He was messed up between his mother at birth and then his grandmother and living with that. He didn't really stand a fair chance at being normal and sane."
Yeah. So, what it sounds like to me.
I also, don't mean to cut you off, sometimes I feel like I was taught to be schizophrenic.
That's kind of where I was going because it sounds like to me, okay, that's all you've really been around.
I cried on the table.
And we don't do this to kind of downplay anybody or anything like that, but it kind of sounds like that's all you were around. You know what I'm saying? Because you spoke on, your mother's issues that she had, or starting with what she dealt with her childhood, right? So then that morphed her to what she dealt with. And then as she was dealing with that, then she gave birth to you, right?
Yeah, we talking about a lady that was psychologically in a trap with a man that is supposed to be her adopted dad. Because he's not her blood father, he had a vasectomy done. We talking about a man that put this kind of mental on my mom. He had a vasectomy done. And it wasn't her blood, it wasn't his blood daughter. He went in there when she was a kid, like coming into a teenage years, a woman. Told her, "I'm going to show you what men want from you." And this is how, he started doing this. "Don't worry about it. I can't get you pregnant." All this. And he raped my mama. Crazy enough, my mama loves that man, like insanely. like almost like a Stockholm syndrome type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what she would do. And then she give birth. It was my mama 17 when she pregnant with me, 18 when she had me. She a kid herself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
They drive this lady all the way to Missouri from Verbena, Alabama, in the middle of Ozark, Missouri. She don't know a soul. She 18 years old with a little newborn baby. He pushed her out. Good luck. He come back out, and she don't. That's where she been. I'm 34 years old, and that's where she been, bro.
yeah. I mean, and the reason I say is because, like, you know, like how you just how you just described some of the things she been through, going through that trauma. She probably never had anybody to really talk about it or help her through it. And then
That's why she in a lot of therapy now.
yeah, but see, like, which is understandable and that's good that she's in it now, but her not having a support system where she could have been able to get into it early, I feel like this is just me on the outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
May have contributed to where you are now.
Very much because
In
like,
addition,
bro,
though,
she weighed on me so much, even being 1,000 miles away from me.
Yeah.
She still like she called. We talking about like she didn't realize what she was doing to me at a young age. She called me, and we'd be like, I think it'd be a mother-son talk. You know what it should be. I miss you and what's been going on. I'm telling you about my life, all this. She spent an hour and a half screaming at me the whole time in the phone. Tell me how much I'm not my daddy. You just want to be him and all that. And I'm homeless myself, living with another family. She put more. She didn't realize what she was doing to me though.
Yeah. I mean, her going through what she dealt with, and like I said, not having a support system, of course she won't realize it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm getting it is like, she didn't have that support system to be able to help her cope with it so that way she could be where she wanted to be mentally to be able to help instill that into you. And then once you came with your grandmother, you said she dealt with mental issues.
Bro,
and
she was getting arrested nonstop. My granddad had to go bail that lady out of jail so much where she get in a rage and she just attacked people. Like, bro, I seen this lady literally try to run my uncle's wife over one time. His first wife tried to run her over one time. Just being a full rage and not even boom, hit drive, just boom, and ran through her garage door of her own house.
Yeah.
My granddaddy was so mad when he come home. Yeah.
But see, like I said, you being around that and then like boom, what you just explained, right? That's the emotional aggression. So you already had some of that instilled into you. So from the places that you went, for the most part, I ain't gonna say all of them because you probably went to some places that didn't have it, but for the most part, all the places that you went had some kind of mental block or mental issue going on. So that's all you knew. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. And when you said it again, you brought it to the light. And you said that's that aggression right there.
Because how long did you live with your grandmother?
Man, she got custody of me. I was 4 years old, turning 5.
See?
And
all the way till you was 17? Till you was 17?
And this the lady I lived with. Like, my dad lived in the subdivision probably half a mile down the road. I stayed at her house.
But still, like, you stayed with her from, let's just say 5 to 17, right? That's 12. That's the 12 most important years of your life.
If she could have legally got away with it, but with the law, I wouldn't have went to school. I'd have went with her everywhere. Like, I was, this is the lady getting me up. I'm supposed to be going and getting ready for school. I'm loading her Dodge Caravan up so she can go sell stuff at the stockyards on Wednesday morning. We out there 3, 4, 5 in the morning. She out there acting crazy. This lady stealing from other boo stuff. I'm having to deal with this. She's out there acting a fool.
Yeah, but see, that's why I say, like, from 5 to 17, you dealt with that. Not only to mention what you brought up about the mental abuse from your father.
Man, that was rough.
You know what I'm saying? That, and I mean, not to mention, like, he was literally, like you just said, a half a mile away from you. And dealing with mental abuse, I mean, he's that close.
No, I dealt with physical abuse from him. On top of mental abuse
both.
too, because, like, everybody knows me around this area. Like, I'm a different type of white boy. I always have been. I've always loved my hip hop music, but we down here in the South, and let's just be honest, 20 years ago, white boys liking hip hop was still a problem a little bit. At least it wasn't my household.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd get slapped, bro, for listening to Eminem. Like, I would literally physically get slapped in my head. You ever been thrown through a door just because you listen to Eminem?
no, I can't say that I have.
I messed up because I was so inspired by Eminem. Me and Dexter Hyder, we started rapping and doing stuff in there. And you remember how you pick your first rap name? It's
Yeah.
always some shit that, or some stuff that's not you at all. It's probably as cap as can be, you know what I mean? I don't know why I just went by 9 mil. You know what I mean? I just had a thing for the gun.
Yeah.
My daddy found all that in them crazy raps I wrote in there in the notebook one day. Just a man that picked me up, dragged me to his room, pulled out his police issue 45, pushed it in my mouth, said, I'll blow your head off, won't nobody miss you. What you do? That's your daddy. This the man, this is your protector.
Mm-hmm.
This the man that you look up to, damn near God in your eyes.
Yeah, and see, that's why I say, like, you know, all that you dealt with in life can really majorly scar somebody. You know what I'm saying? And same issue like with your mom, right? You had no outlet. You had nobody to talk to because everybody that you could talk to, that you was allowed to talk to, had the same, or was making you have the issues that you had.
They was
You
the
see what I'm
herd.
saying?
They was the
So-
herdies.
So you can't talk to somebody that you have a problem with about the problem, because then it's gonna be that you're the problem. You see what I'm saying?
And when it's a tight knit circle like that, they tell them anytime you do try to reach out and seek some help, they whoop your ass more and be like, it's not supposed to leave the house. It's not supposed to leave the family.
Yeah,
what
but-
happens in these households, it stays in this house. How I get help from you? You hurting me, and I can't even get no help.
Yeah. And see, like,
If I do seek help, you beat my ass and tell me it's supposed to stay in the house.
and that's why, like, a lot of people needs to hear this conversation. That's one of the reasons that we had it, because people go through things and don't have anybody to talk to because of they're afraid of what people are going to think about them, or either their particular situation, the people around them is not letting them talk to anybody. And, like, I'm here to tell people, like, it's okay to find somebody to talk to. Everybody needs that person to where they can call them up and tell them anything in life that's going on. Everybody has to have at least one person they can do that with, because if you don't, it will drive you insane.
And I think that's where I've been getting a lot of insane outlets here lately. You've been seeing me lash out crazy lately. Ain't been nobody to talk to lately. You know what I'm saying? My bro, Jamarcus, closest damn person I got here lately. That's the thing, like, and I love, bro. I'm so happy for him. I'm proud of him. He got out of this place. You know what I mean? He got somewhere else. He with his lady.
Oh, so he done moved and he didn't tell me. I gotta call him as soon as we done.
Oh yeah, he moved to Ohio, dog.
I know he was telling me he was thinking about doing it, but he
No,
didn't
he
tell me
did it.
did.
He up and
See,
gone.
I see what I'm gonna have to do now.
And see, we try to stay connect and brothers and everything, but it's hard.
Yeah,
Because,
I mean,
like,
all the miles
at
away.
the minute that I get on the phone, I'll be like, bro, let me tell you this, let me tell you. I'm excited to tell him something, right? Hey, let me call you back in 5 minutes. My old lady calling or something. And I'm happy. But I lost my outlet.
Yeah, I mean, you
Like,
know,
bro, I probably talked to Brody on God past 3 weeks. We've talked probably 15, 20 times. In that 15, 20 times, whole time frame probably been 5 minutes altogether.
yeah, I mean, you know, in life, a lot of times, like,
By the way, that's not a shot at him or attacking him.
no, you good. He when he watches it, he'll understand. All right, so another thing is too, like, sometimes you have to tell people. So, for example, like, if I feel like I'm going through something, I need, like, whenever you get on the phone with that person, be like, you got to go ahead and get straight to the point. Like, hey, I'm going through something. I really need somebody to listen. Once you say that, especially somebody like Uncle Ricky, he's going to put everything on hold. He's going to say, you know what? Even though my lady calling, I'm not even finna answer right now. What you got going on? I'll just text her while we're talking to tell her, hey, look, somebody going, because at the end of the day, everybody is going through something, right? So we all deal with certain things, and we all need somebody to talk to help us get through certain situations. So, like I said, you got to have that person to talk to. But I always say, like, the best way to really, because we all busy, right? So, like me, for example, I'm doing credit repair. I'm doing the label. I'm doing studio time. I'm doing music videos. I'm doing a podcast. I still work a full-time job. I still got to be there for all three of my girls. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so consumed with everything that's going on, and I'm always pretty much on go 24/7. Always got something to do. Always doing something for somebody or trying to get to where I want to be in life. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, like, for example, there's times why I need to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? And people look at me and they're like, they think I'm just the strongest person in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we all go through things and we all deal with things and we all need that outlet to be able to let it go or to let it out or to...
And make sure it's a healthy outlet. That's the key thing, too, because you can find an outlet and you think it's healthy. What I mean by that whole process, I want to break an analogy that I heard the other day. This was one of the
Talk to me.
I shared it on Facebook because it was so real of what I was hearing. You ever heard the story about how coyotes and how they lure your small pets out?
No, but I've actually witnessed it in person.
All right, well, the coyotes don't just come in aggressive in their little group, gang, jump on the little animal, fuck them up or mess them up right there in the yard. You know what I mean? They don't do that. They come in and they play with them. They befriend the little pet, the little dog or whatever. Gain the dog's trust. Now the dog think they having fun. So that pack coyotes, they tease him, they play with him, get him farther and farther away from his safe zone.
Mm-hmm.
The minute he gets outside that safe zone, they jump him and they eat him. They kill him right there on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch your outlets that you choose because sometimes you think that you're going to a healthy outlet and they just really just trying to get you out that safe zone farther. Pull you out there.
And see, that's why I refer back to what I said earlier when I say dang, what did I say earlier? I said so much.
Hey, we've had a good talk on this though.
Yeah.
I feel like this has been able to.
Oh, when I say, my bad to cut you
Yes,
off.
sir. No.
When I say that, when I say that people, even people that you may have a certain feeling for, they may be preying on your downfall.
Yes, sir.
That's where it goes back to that same thing, and like that's kind of where I was getting is like, that's why you can't tell everybody everything. Like you find that one I say 1 to 3 people that you can really tell everything.
Crazy how we come back to that, but I see full circle, man. It comes back to full circle.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, like the old saying, is more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why anybody would want to skin a cat? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. So I guess what we'll do is kind of to kind of wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
That way, you know, people don't get too
lost.
Too lost because, you know,
that attention span short.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a million things that we could kind of lead off into or whatever. But the main focus of this was to tell your story, what you've been through, and how you were able to cope with it. But you really never coped with it.
No, I have not. Still deal with it. Still finding ways.
And see, that's the thing. So, the other guests that I had on here to talk about it, they found ways to cope with it. But one thing that I did notice that they have that you don't have is
a support system.
They've not even just now though. They had a support system at some point growing up when they were younger. Like, even if you have a support system now, you just said it. You're 34 years old. Who you are now is who you are.
Exactly. I'm established. I mean, we can change, but we still creatures of habit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, pretty much like we said, you know, Once you get that age, you kind of are who you are or whatever. So right,
Yes.
so I think right there it kind of be a good stopping point, and what I kind of want you to leave the viewers with is what advice. Now, of course, we know you're still dealing with things. You're still trying to cope with it. But
Very
what
much.
advice can you give somebody that has dealt with some of the same things you've dealt with, or either even worse things that you've dealt with?
Please know, I'll take my time to look at the camera and talk to the viewers a little bit. Please know this. Do not live in fear. Do not live trapped in fear. Do not let the thoughts of someone else shape your ways of how you conduct yourself every day. Do not be afraid to ask for help. It's there. There's unlimited resource to get you some kind of help. There's a hotline, bro, that you can call if you're lonely and just need someone to speak to. There's literally a hotline that you can go. I wish I had the number. I didn't have it prepared, but I'm making new T-shirts with a suicide prevention hotline on. Six making them for me, by the way. But I had number. There's a number though that you can call if you're alone. There is out there.
Well, we'll drop it on the screen so they can see it.
Yeah, so it's out there. Like, just
And then for all the people that's listening to the audio version, we'll put it in the description.
yes, just seek help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to slip. It's okay to fall. Whatever you're going through is not permanent. The words of my big brother. You've been through worse. This is nothing. This is just a momentary thing. It shall pass. You've been through worse. It's nothing to you. You're okay. And that's all I want to say. I also want to say thank you for Al for having me on here. I hope they can listen to this and gain it, even if it don't help nobody out there, if it didn't touch nobody like that, I hope it gives you a better insight of me and understanding of why I may be acting the way I'm acting sometimes or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's good for both sides. For people that's going through things and for people who want to know like what's going on inside his brain right now, because you have people that may be like you said, like, what's wrong with Ryan? You know what I'm saying? And so now, whenever you get ready to post this on Facebook, you can say, y'all want to know what's wrong with me? Go watch this.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hashtag I'm beyond. That's my new thing here lately too for 2023 that I'm pushing. Hashtag I'm beyond. Whatever you think Ryan Graves is, take your thoughts, place them on the table, then put the two words, he's beyond in front of that. You think I'm crazy? He's beyond crazy. You think he's he's beyond intelligent. You think he's humble? He's beyond humble. I'm beyond whatever their thoughts are. That's one thing that I'm starting to realize.
yeah.
Last thing I want to tell folks, not to be all preacher and spiritual, you got to have faith. You got to have a higher power. Nothing is possible without a higher power in this world. With that being said, man, you ain't got nobody. You got God. You got Allah. You got Buddha. There's somebody there to talk to. Seek that faith. Seek that help. Love all. And don't judge. Because you don't know what they're dealing with, bro.
Yeah. You never know what somebody dealing with. So I guess we'll wrap it up right there. Anybody that would like to come on the podcast, give your story, talk about your mental health issues, just get with me. We'll get you on here. And I guess that's about it. So thanks for watching all in all.
Go stream Never Missing by Ryan Graves. Dropped today, March 1st, on all streaming platforms. Had a promo one time. Peace out.
You did.